We are expanding to make films that better reflect the people that buy movie tickets, but they are not allowed enough chances to read public discourse on these films by the people that these films were made for. I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what that film meant to women of color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial. And for the third time, I don't need white dudes. These are just facts. These are not my feelings. And I'm really sorry, Lindsay. Please don't kill me.
These are the facts.
All right, here we go.
This movie did not work for me.
All right, we saw Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Marvel, you're right. So, we gotta talk about the Brie Larson stuff.
Yep.
First. She screwed Marvel a little bit because she's gonna be the one that kills Thanos, and she's pissed off the fanboys. The fanboys are the one demographic you don't want to piss off, because those are the ones that will show up no matter what. They are the consistent people. They are
people who buy the merch.
They are what we call the black people of the movie world. They are the Dems always rely on the black vote to show up.
Yep.
They show up no matter what.
Yep.
Same here. And now when you piss them off, you're screwing yourself.
You're cut off. You're done.
God.
Fucking
Brie. She's just...
Why?
Who's her publicist? Because, like, any publicist in the world would be like, keep it off political stuff right now.
Yeah.
Stay off that stuff right now. Wait until Endgame, and then we can go a little more political.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, it was like Wonder Woman wasn't like this. Like, people put this onto Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
They tried to make this movie what people were talking about
with Wonder Woman. With Wonder Woman, it came off as a natural conversation. You talk about... I think it is a feminist movie, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But it's secondary to everything else. It's a great World War I movie, which we never really get.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great movie overall. It's a great superhero movie. And Gal Gadot, for the most part, kept off all the political stuff aside.
Yeah.
And let it speak for himself. And then people got angry, but I felt like then it was unwarranted, because it was like, well, what's wrong with having
just Wonder Woman. That's Wonder Woman, yeah.
What's wrong with having a strong, iconic female character? Because it worked there with Wonder Woman. With this, Brie kind of forced that narrative. So I don't know if it's Disney going, we need to do this. But again, it sounds like it wasn't Disney, because the Mr. Disney was angry about it.
Disney. We're making broilers, cruise lines. I think he's very upset that the entire Marvel image has been taken over by one person who's being so toxic to the entire community.
Yeah. It's not like, what is it? If you look into her background, it's not like she's someone who's oppressed or whatever. She's like kind of your traditional, like, female who goes into Hollywood. You know, she knows people.
I think she's Canadian too, right?
I don't know. She just doesn't have like a troubled background. She doesn't have like a, you know, oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I come from real America. And so even then, now it's even more like condescending, because like, well, again, you've had it exponentially better than Mr. Union Worker here in Detroit. You know, like, not that we're in Detroit, but like, shut down.
Shut down.
No,
baby.
but like, that person had a lot less benefits than you have.
Yeah.
Right? And like, a white woman talking about women of color issues is as like distant as white men of talking about colored people's problems.
Yeah.
Like, she's not. I just think it's so tone deaf by her.
Yeah. Plus, she has bad feet.
Stinky. Her gamer toes look like they stink.
Fungus feet.
God.
That TSA agent smiled at her once, or asked for her number once.
God.
That was one of her tweets. I don't know.
Like, yeah, it's a problem. Women have to deal with catcalling and stuff. But it's not that. That's literally not that bad.
It's not that bad. Like, just being approached
is not. It's not the same as someone being a black girl today, a good-looking black girl today being called a Jezebel. You know, like, we're talking like racial stuff. Like, that's awful.
Yeah.
Or even like actually being catcalled, like, or being told you need to smile more is way more sexist than.
How often does that happen?
It's not that much.
Like, How often do guys on motorcycles show up next to you, revving the engine, saying, "Hey, babe, you look a little rough. Why don't you smile?"
God.
Give me a smile.
It's called the cockpit for a reason.
God. All right. Let's also talk about every fighter pilot woman and how all the headlines.
It has to be significant data.
There is like
that's weird. Because how many people die in fighter pilots nowadays? Because it can't be that much. Because like we're not in like active aerial war. We haven't been in active aerial war.
A decent amount of people like just fuck up in the carriers, but it's just hilarious. Like the first carrier-based female fighter pilot crashes 2 months. First, like female commander of like a fighter pilot squadron relieved after 2 weeks.
God,
it's like ridiculous. But hey, at least females have to be part of the draft now.
That's good. I mean, yeah. I got an argument with my friends down at school, and if you guys watch this, I'm gonna fucking rat all you out, because they still believe the myth that if you're flat-footed, you can't join the military. I was like, no, it's not. It's never been it was a thing maybe during World War II, when there was a small draft, but literally that was, you can get out of anything. Just farm boys who were like told, no, you're doing good here because you're helping mom with the fucking stuff.
Yeah,
like it wasn't the World War II draft was not Vietnam as far as like. You send everyone because there was enough people going over naturally.
Yeah.
And so the flat-footed thing was a myth that was during Vietnam because that was a thing during World War II. But World War II's draft was not strict because they were already getting enough people to join naturally.
Yeah.
You know,
like
this is my fucking field of expertise.
There's an entire operation during like the Vietnam era just to specifically target and put into combat roles of like people who were significantly like mentally challenged. Like there's an entire like named program.
So, but yeah, the fucking foot thing, because one friend, he has like bad flat feet. He's like, oh, I can join the military. It's like, if there is a draft and it's bad enough, they will let everyone in.
Yeah.
And like there's non-combat roles you would easily go to. And so they should have been in the draft forever. So I'm happy with it because.
Well, yeah, it's just because they couldn't be in combat.
Yeah.
But now they can, so.
Yeah.
Oops.
It sucks that, like, for us to get a job or do anything in this country, we have to, like, be in selective service. I think it's up to 25, right? It's 25, 27.
Yeah, 25, I think it is.
Like every man is, but after 25, the odds go down to almost nothing.
Yeah.
Like, if we're sending 45-year-old men over to fucking war, we're
then,
screwed.
Then it's 1945 Berlin. But yeah, there goes. But the problem with that though is that there goes half of like MRA arguments.
What?
Is that we have to do the draft though?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is I think a good thing though.
Yeah.
Because like my brand of alt left fucking equality is equality. That means everyone gets treated the same. You know.
Yeah.
Women firefighters have the same standards as male firefighters per pound or per body size, not per because they're a woman. You know. Fucking God. But how this relates to Captain Marvel is like, it's just such sleazy female empowerment. It doesn't come off as natural.
Yeah.
I thought the most powerful woman in this, honestly, was her black pilot friend.
Single mother.
She's a single mother. You know, she found a surrogate family with everyone else, with Bree and everyone else. She gets along with her parents and stuff, but like she's just living a normal Louisiana life. You know, she doesn't yell at Tom, the neighbor, for being, sexist or whatever. Yeah. I just want to bring the boys over to see the bird.
Boys over here to see the bird. I'm surprised that they didn't point out that S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, so S.H.I.E.L.D. is run by a Nazi AI.
Yeah.
And they allow a black man to rise so high into the S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm surprised that Nick Fury did not run any institutionalized racism in S.H.I.E.L.D. run by literal Nazis. Run by a Nazi AI computer.
But this movie, like the first time I saw it, was so fucking confusing at first. Cause like, okay, cause you jump in halfway, and like if you're someone like going to my cousin Addison, right, who went to see the movie with me the first time, right?
Yeah.
It's like has not watched all the Marvel stuff, so she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't like the first half hour. It's like, where are we?
Yeah, I have no fucking clue what was going on with any of this. Like
I just think that was because you look at it. This is like a Black Panther was an entry level for part of the black community that didn't watch Marvel stuff beforehand. And so they establish a universe, they do a lot of hand-holding and stuff, which is done good and well. If Marvel wanted this to be the female, like, Black Panther, which is what they were trying to do, which is why they released it. Because, again, last time they went, okay, what's the demographic we don't have really 100% behind Marvel going into Avengers 1 or Avengers 4?
Mm-hmm.
They go, we don't really have completely the black community as far as, into it. We have nerds and stuff, but, like, we don't have... This is why in fucking Last Jedi, they added the character of Rose, because they're like, we do good with every other demographic but nerdy girls. Nerdy girls don't like Star Wars. The Tumblr girl doesn't like Star Wars. So we need to give her a point of view character. That's what happened with Rose. That's what happened...
No, they already had Rey. Nerdy girls
but Rey's...
don't need to see nerdy girls.
I don't know. I think that's why they put fucking her in.
Well, that's why they put, because...
I know, I agree with you. I think, but the thing is with Rey was like, she's so asexual as a character. No, like, you mean like she's not traditionally feminine for the most part. That, like, I think she applied both to, like, people who, like, most of the rest of the audience went, oh, that's, except for the older people went, oh, I like Poe, because he's, like, Mexican Han,
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying from demographic stuff. So this is what I think they were trying to do with Brie Larson and her Captain Marvel this is to get the females ready for Avengers 4. But it's not a good entry level. They didn't explain anything.
No, yeah, if you've only seen fucking Infinity War, like, so, like, most people, like, a lot of them have probably only seen Black Panther and Infinity War.
Or, Spider-Man.
Maybe Spider-Man. Yeah.
The main stuff. Like, let's just say, you're right, the newer crowd.
Yeah.
The people who showed up from Black Panther to now, they would not know anything about this, because they didn't really keep out of space outside of Thanos. And another one is confusing, is like, so, they expect you to know all this stuff about the Kree, but also know they're not evil. There's the twitch to, fucking, oh my god, what is it? That's the big M. Night Shyamalan
Yeah,
twist.
that's the twist. It's
Like,
all
the Kree are bad.
spoilers.
Well, you should already know that if you've watched fucking Guardians 1.
Yeah, Guardians 1.
So, that's confusing to think about, because it's like, okay, so you want me to know this, but not know that. And another one is like, I think, because this was in the RLM, Related Media Review, they talked about how it was confusing that we knew about her background, but she didn't, and it was only her discovering.
Yeah.
It would have been much better if they just, like, I don't know, changed some of it so we found out that she was a fighter pilot at the moment she did in the movie. And it's like, oh, okay, this is a little different, or I think you could have flashbacks to her being on Earth as a human, but, like, limited.
Yeah, like, it had, like, a reveal, because there's, like, she had blue blood, so, like, they, like, why just reveal that? I don't know. It was just so confusing, too. It's like, I could barely follow what the fuck was going on.
Right.
And, like, the entire, like, so, fucking Marvel was there as an undercover person for them to expand their empire to Earth.
But then she betrayed them, I guess?
She betrayed them, and she just has a laboratory. And when did the scroll get there?
The scroll came later, because they were on their ship. That's when they memory booped her. Went, oh!
No, the families. When did the families get onto her laboratory?
I would assume
they said 6
after.
years.
So, maybe she was I don't know. When did they get on there?
And it is fucking...
Maybe she was doing it throughout? I mean, these are small details, but, like...
And Marvel is just, like, leaving and going up there.
All the time?
Like, just leave, like... 1990s Earth could see a giant spaceship arriving.
Yeah.
And a spaceship leaving. And she just has a spaceship to get up there and back? Because she can't fly up there.
No. That's another one, is like... Fucking... I don't know. We kept making jokes about her, fucking Brie being, can we call her that? Because I don't know. Carol,
Larson.
Whatever.
Or Carol Veers.
Veers, oh, bad name. But, like, she's, like, female Goku. But everything about Goku that's, like, endearing and stuff is gone. Everything's handed to her. There's no work for it. And, like, she's more Mary Sue-ish than a lot of characters. Because I feel like, what's she done to earn her powers or whatever? Or, like, there's no training montage of her, like, learning her powers, except for, like, the small stuff at the beginning.
Well, like, yeah, but, like, she doesn't, like, she knows how to fight. Mm-hmm. We know that. She knows how to fly.
True. The hand-to-hand stuff, I buy.
Yeah. But her and gets her like she can immediately learn how to fly perfectly. Like even fucking Superman couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's fine because like it's fine they don't do this stuff, but like at the same time this is supposed to be our. I think it's just a bad entry into this character. This is not a character people know.
yeah.
You know, like you can, for example, you know, if we're doing a Batman movie, if you're talking about our big 5 superheroes, fucking Superman, Batman, I'm gonna put Wonder Woman out there now, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. You don't have to necessarily do like a full origin story because people already know that. Enough of your audience knows that. And the ones who don't are such a small minority. Captain Marvel, I don't fucking know anything about her. I didn't know she was gonna be this space-based compared to like
Yeah.
a lot of superheroes. I mean, I kind of knew that, but
It's like,
you shouldn't have to have a GED. Or not, sorry. You shouldn't have to have a... Well, no. Most people here have a GED in superheroes, at best.
yeah.
And so, this is fucking some doctorate shit.
This
So,
is
like,
like,
don't
this
act
is like if you had like if you paid extremely close attention to fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 1, where they spent like the 2 minutes to explain like what the fuck the bad guy was.
Yeah.
Like that's like the only background you have, and that's the only background ever given to anything. Like I have no what the fuck is the supreme intelligence?
Right. And it's fine, because this isn't a sci-fi movie. We don't get all that stuff. But, like, you said it best at the end. It's like, okay, so she goes and fights. Basically, again, if you watch this review, it's a fucking mess. But you should have seen the movie by now. Already,
Yeah.
So fuck off. But basically, she goes at the end to go fight the Kree, but she then fails because, like, that's solved in Guardians 1.
Yeah, Guardians 1, like the Kree is taken over by fucking Lee Pace as the Radical, and he fucks up like the entire like galaxy. And the only way he loses is that he can't handle all the fucking stones. He can't handle holding a stone by himself.
Fucking dumb.
So it's still confusing. So it's like a normal Kree, just like a the powers of these people are not well defined at all.
No, and like, because they show sometimes like people being stronger than humans, but like, my whole thing is like, going back to Star Wars, right? Like, all the Gugas and all the weird stuff is like, okay, they show a Wookiee is stronger than a human, but also dumber to an extent.
Yeah.
You know, like little things like that make sense. The problem is when you have your character also be smarter, more technologically advanced, all these things than a human. Then it goes, well, what's the weakness?
Yeah.
You know, and like that's the thing I think with modern Hollywood is like with these movies is they just make the characters so perfect. And it's like little kids playing a game because they make up the rules as they go, and also like they go and but you have the cool energy blast, but I have 2 of those and mine are red, and like it just keeps building exponentially.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like
why superheroes suck.
it's dumb. And my problem is Marvel gets away with this shit, but if Superman was like this, we'd all fucking complain about it. Rightfully so. But we let Marvel get away with this shit for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. And again, like, I'm happy we all bag on Superman and say, oh, it's dumb that he has all the powers and, you know, lightning, and everything. But we need more of that with these Marvel movies. The action was okay-ish.
Yeah,
It wasn't the worst in the Marvel movie. I'd say it's middle of the road. In general, I'd say it's a middle of the road Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's weaker though because like if you're going from the origin movies ones, I think it's one of the weaker ones because like it doesn't really establish her character. It doesn't do all the stuff you need. She screwed them for Endgames.
Yeah, like no one really likes her.
A lot of people are gonna be really mad. Also, Brie, you're not Tom Cruise. You're not like Demi Moore. You're not big enough to be an asshole. Like, you know, and even the big stars aren't necessarily assholes. Like, you know,
like the only one like close is fucking Captain America. What was Chris Evans?
Yeah.
He's a real like drumpf guy on Twitter and stuff. But like even he keeps it like controlled.
Yeah, but it's not just like I said, like it's not the political stuff. Also, it's the way she does it. It's not just tone deaf. And 2, it seems like she's just one. It seems like one of those people who's like grown up in like the upper middle class at minimum. Yeah. And like thinks the world works this way, and like she's kind of like one of those neo-Dems who like thinks the world is like oh yeah, the colored people are oppressed, not whites, and like just doesn't look at the world as an objective like, you know, looks
Yeah.
at black and whites, and that's bad. And like, you can kind of tell like she hasn't connected. Like, I would not be surprised if she's not visited like the Midwest ever, or like, you know, like has gone to small town America and seen,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of fucking shitty. Like, this is falling apart.
Yeah.
And it's not the politics of it. She just seems like she's probably an asshole to help.
Yeah.
Like, and that matters, because like, if you're gonna be a woke person or whatever, you gotta like treat people right. And I would not be surprised if she's just the worst person on set.
Fuck it. She was part of the fappening.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, was that where her toes came out?
No. They weren't that
Poor
bad.
girl. That sucks. But
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah.
Ruined Jennifer Lawrence's career.
I know. I think honestly, and I don't normally go for that illegal website or that secret website theory, but I really do think she was Jennifer Lawrence was a oh my god, Weinstein girl. No, I think so.
Yeah,
And like,
this
because
is,
if you just look at her career post Weinstein, not getting the big roles she once was, and it's not because she looks the same to me. Her acting's the same. It's just that like,
everyone's just stopped talking about her.
yeah, and like, 'cause there was a while she was like the it girl.
Yeah, she was.
I would love to see a study on like the supposed Weinstein girls and like see where they, you know,
Yeah.
where they are, because like the weird one was also she was always in Weinstein's wife's dresses and stuff, and like that's not good. Like,
Classic Hollywood, baby.
because again, she wasn't a bad actress, but she wasn't all that.
No, yeah, she's
And so, yeah,
So Captain Marvel.
fucking wasting 21 minutes. Oh, it's okay. It's an okay movie. It's not bad.
Brought back Lee Pace,
Oh,
one of my favorite.
Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is anecdotal evidence at its core, because this movie we went at 2:00 on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
But the theater was empty. It was us and 2 other people. And like, this isn't like this movie theater is normally a minimum about a third filled for most movies. It's not good. And
Is this buying into the conspiracy story that Disney is buying the tickets?
ooh, just like the DNC's buying those town hall people.
Yeah,
You see that
Town
scandal?
Hall, yeah.
God, the Dems are fucking funny.
400. It's strange that this movie is like this 433 million, like the 6th biggest opening, and like no one's talking about it really.
Yeah.
Like there's no like actual
It's
buzz.
dude, if I'm Disney, I'm scared, because I'm like, shit, it worked last time with Black Panther. Like, I think it worked way too well as a Black American. But like,
Yeah.
again, with Black Panther, I see all the Black empowerment stuff a little bit. There's a grain of truth there.
Yeah.
With all the feminist stuff here, I just don't see it. I don't see like, why does it matter that her character's a woman? You know, like, she just acts like a standard masculine character anyways. So it's not powerful from like a female, you know, we're taken aback kind of way. I don't know, I thought Samuel L. Jackson was okay.
Yeah, like
He wasn't
the aging
bad.
stuff wasn't like too off-putting.
It wasn't too bad.
Like it was fine.
That's about it. The fucking one goo guy, fucking, what was the alien species called?
Oh, like the scrolls,
The
right?
Skrull. Yeah, the main Skrull guy was funny.
Wait, what was his actor?
No, it's a name. Like, if I saw it, I would know.
He's been in stuff. They look just like the Romulans from the first Star Trek movie. Like that's what they look like. Which triggers me about the first Star Trek movie, how they ruined the Romulans.
What colors are the Romulans?
What?
What color? What are they?
They're just Vulcans.
So
So
I thought they're like, in lore, they're cousin species. Like,
Yeah.
they're like literally, it's like someone at something. The Romulans went like super logical, and the
Yeah.
other ones went super cultural. Is the word I use.
yeah.
Like, that's the big divide between them. So like, the Romulans are like emotional and like
Yeah.
almost the exact opposite. Like they're more human than humans, and the Vulcans went the opposite way, logical,
Yeah.
and like became autistic robots.
Yeah. And biologically, like they're visibly supposed to be the same, but
I thought there were still like small differences.
there's
between
little
them.
like just
It's
little
like, oh
differences.
god, what's the one alien species in Star Wars? The fucking the fighter pilots. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, and then the racist stereotypes in the prequels. Remember?
Oh.
The Nomolians or something. You know what I mean? It's those two, because like the Doog is one of them, and they're like the fighter pilots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the cousins are like the racist Japanese stereotypes. You know? You know
Yeah,
what
and then
talk about?
yeah.
They're cousin species. They look similar, but there is differences. If in George Lucas's autistic mind, he would have two different masks on. Like they'd make two different costumes for those
there's
two
two
species.
different blue people too. There's like Thrawn species and another blue person species.
And like, oh god, yeah, because there's Thrawns and then there's another one. It is, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what like George Lucas. That was his cameo as those blue people.
Georgie, that man, I miss you. My baby boy.
My favorite thing is that they had George Lucas's son. His cameo is him getting murdered by clones. In episode 3.
I fucking miss George Lucas.
George Lucas is the bomb.
He has a lot of problems, but like he's has Dan Aykroyd syndrome as far as like his movies have too much soul. George Lucas works best when he has one or two people that goes, no, George, that's bad.
Yeah, just a little bit of
no, that's not gonna work. And it worked fine.
Yeah.
Because if George Lucas was in charge of the sequels, we'd probably go with the books, the 3 books, and we'd probably gone that route.
Yeah.
And I say the 3 books. I think it's more than just the 3
there's
books.
There's 3
but
books,
it's like
and
that
there's
main,
like the storyboards that they made.
And they're like well regarded and like.
Well, yeah, there's like interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But man,
God, Disney's a mess.
Disney.
Oh God, Disney.
They had everything.
They do.
And it's
like,
it's like watching them crumble. It's just amazing.
I will not be surprised if Endgame does relatively poor because of Brie Larson's going to save the day. Spoiler alert: she's going to save the day.
Yeah.
That's just what's going to happen. And if that happens, nerds are going to be mad, and like I can see them doing a soft reset. Well, no, what I was saying is, this is all going to turn into the Endgame's fucking month out theories. What I think is going to happen is they're going to beat Thanos and then go, I wish, they're going to wish on the Dragon Balls and go, I wish for everything to go back to normal, but it's not going to. So my actual main theory is there's there's one universe that's split into universe A and B.
Yeah.
So the half that lives on this one died on the other one, and so like in theory this is gonna be there. But anyways, when universe B, the one we're on, fixes everything, it's gonna go back like this.
Well, they could probably do that because they now have like introduced like the planet name for Earth.
Yeah.
And like that's the whole like it's C-34 actually is the other one.
And so what's gonna happen is they're gonna go like this, but something's gonna go kooky or wrong, and then that's how we're gonna get the X-Men and everything else.
Yeah,
it's like there's gonna be some genetic mutations. Which one problem with this is like how do you do the Magneto as a character, because his distrust of humans is so tied to the Holocaust, and like the farther away we get from that moment, like the harder it is to do a good Magneto.
Yeah, and
like I think that this is the last generation of a good Magneto, because like I look at it this way: we have grandparents who like were alive or like conscious around the post-war era.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they remember the parents telling them stories. They remember the uncles or the older sisters and brothers who fought. You know what I mean? They remember that stuff, and so they pass it down to us 2 generations down. But like my little brother, who's like 5 or 6 years younger, and like my little sister especially, they're not gonna have the same World War II stuff. That's why you see a rise of Nazism is like it's starting to be outside of the living memory. And so part of that is like Magneto's character, where you can't, it's not gonna be the same connection, you know?
Yeah.
So like, are you gonna have him? Oh my God! What if they did another genocide? What if they did like God? What's the one in Africa? Like
Rwanda, they're gonna have
yes,
African African guy.
Wouldn't that be fun? No, I mean, because like I think the genocide is so integral to his character.
Yeah.
But also Nazis experimented where.
Well, they can do like Slav Magneto.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
No, both these work actually a little bit. So that's the way I would be going. I'd be left out of the room, but I would go, okay. You make him
or
like
refugee,
a Bosnian Bosnian
yeah,
you know, national. Okay, God, that's a crazy part of the world.
Yugoslavia, baby. But I don't know. Does anybody even watch the X-Men movies? How did Apocalypse do?
I watch it.
Did Apocalypse even do well?
I don't know. They do average.
Like they're still making them.
Yeah.
Like
I'm telling you, if I wasn't, the problem is also with this one, is if it's coming out. So if it comes out before they announce the deal, then no one's gonna see it. But if it comes out after they announce the deal, no one's gonna see it because they're gonna be like, well, it's gonna all get reset. This is like pointless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I want to see how they introduce the X-Men because I like the X-Men. I think the X-Men are one of the strongest parts of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Because I think they deal with social issues really well.
Yeah.
I put them up there with Star Trek as far as dealing with social issues. Like I like. That's why I'm pissed that STD did worse. Like it's doing so bad. Because like this is the perfect era. Like in the era of Trump, it makes sense if you do a politically woke Star Trek. Because that's what Star Trek was. And anyone who doesn't argues against that. They're not very smart.
Yeah.
Like first interracial kiss.
Yeah, they weren't watching Star Trek. Like all of like. TNG is like, it's like discussing, like just like class issues, like racism.
Yeah. And so it works well in Star Trek. That's what Star Trek is about.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm pissed they went the route they did with STD because I think Star Trek is one of those things that does really good during divisive times. You know.
Have you watched the Orville?
I love it. I love that fucking Seth MacFarlane's big boy brain went. I could do better than Star Trek.
It's like I just like TNG. I'll just make my own TNG. It's like genius, 200 IQ move.
Apparently,
right
it does
there.
good.
It's doing good. I think it's doing better than STD.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like
I can see it. I mean, it's funny. It's like because like Star Trek, the myth of Star Trek is like way bigger than the amount of people who actually watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
Where like I feel like the myth of Star Wars is about the same size as the people who watch Star Wars.
Yeah, because it's easier
people
to get
know
into. Yeah.
a lot about Star Wars, but like what was that? I was talking to someone. I was talking to my friend down at school. He's like, yeah, the myth of having watched some of the original Star Trek is like, yeah, Kurt is not like this. Captain Kurt is not the way everyone always portrays him. Like he's not this, rogue captain, all this stuff. Like that myth is what happened, but for the most part, he's like normal, like he rebels on the amount that anyone would. It's not like he's because we have this vision of the womanizing rogue Captain Kirk that we get in the I'm gonna call it the J.J. Abrams movies, but like that's not what it was like in the original, which is shocking to a lot of Americans because we have this image of Captain Kirk being James Bond-esque, like if Shatner played a James Bond back then, it wouldn't have been shocking in culture for people. I don't know. It's going all over the place.
Yeah, okay, so back
I'm
back to Captain Marvel. I don't know. They didn't even I feel they didn't even do anything on Earth.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Also, they always pick the most boring fucking places to do this stuff. LA's boring. New York's boring.
No, 90s LA is like a pretty like.
Why not just have it just in fucking Seattle? I want Coffee House me.
No. 90s
LA.
LA.
Is 95 a little too early? Because like Nirvana was big, but Coffee House grunge really kicks off a little later. I thought it was like 96, 97.
Yeah.
Like right when we were born-ish. That like it started its heyday. So maybe it was a little too early.
Well, no. 90s LA they do a lot because you can have like all the extreme stuff, which is what I kind of liked when they had all the scrolls like be like surfer dudes in the beginning.
That was good.
That was
nice.
That
stuff was good.
But
then we went to the desert.
And then then it's just desert, and then it's just like inside a house. Mm-hmm. It's like they don't interact with it. Like there's not actually a lot of.
How much better would have been if we went to the French Quarter? Oh, I went to New Orleans.
Down here.
Actually to New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
I love that Tom was on the screen for 20 seconds. I love the fucking New Orleans accent. It's obnoxious.
They didn't interact with anybody.
No, that's the problem.
There's like we didn't have they didn't interact with
anybody.
That
was what was good with Wonder Woman because we're comparing female films. It's like you have this person who comes from basically like ancient Greece, and interacting with like 19th or 20th century, early 20th century like Western world, and like it's like, oh, everyone's in dresses and like it's be ladylike and all this, and she's confused, and that was good and like relatable because it's like she would be. Here it's like we deal with a little bit of it, but it's just with cops and stuff, and like.
Yeah, it only she doesn't talk to anybody.
No,
except for the security guard.
Yeah.
And the only time she's around people is on the train when she's just fighting an old woman. But there's not even they don't interact with any 90s
we didn't get
stereotypes or anything.
Right, we didn't get the rapper or we didn't get anything.
No, yeah, I saw like just one like NWA looking guy, like on the train station, but that's it.
You're right. I think because like, the thing is when we do these movies, it's not just like, remember Blockbuster. It's also like I remember that fashion. I remember people having like, white people having the fucking rat tail and like the mohawk,
or just like extreme, bro. Just like whoa, hit the slopes.
The way Seth Rogen's fucking dressed in the House of Cards movie, like that
comedy House of Cards. Okay, we can talk about some of the trailers. All right, so there's comedy House of Cards, where
Charlie
where Seth Rogen falls in love with his babysitter, who he's running for president and also Secretary of State. So it's like
she's supposed to be Hillary Clinton, but Charlie's sexy.
But hot.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, hot single Hillary Clinton.
Has anyone from the cabinet ran for president and won? Like as the last like major job? Because I know senators almost never win. It's mostly governors. If you want to pass, it's be a governor.
Yeah.
Because we look at them as like mini presidents to an extent.
H.W.
was his
He was vice president.
Okay. Well, the vice president's account. I'm talking cabinet. I'm talking
like straight cabinet.
Well, because like as vice president, you're still on a ticket. You're still in like people's minds to an extent.
I don't know. John Kerry ran. He didn't win.
No. But John Kerry was a senator by then.
John Kerry was a senator. He's just been around. I think he was something.
Cause establishment, but like Because I just think it's like non-winning political thing. I know this is off track, but like I just think this certain paths. If I was like a DNC planner, I'd be like, okay, when you look at what senators have name recognition, and like, those are the only ones allowed to run. Everyone else needs to back off. So like Kamala would be able to run still, Cory Booker, and like Bernie would be the only people from DC I'd let go. Maybe Elizabeth Warren, maybe. But even then, I think the average American thinks of her fucking Indian DNA scandal.
Like that's right, Yang Gang all the way. Andrew Yang, the future of America. Get those
my neat bucks. My neat bucks. What are you gonna do with your neat bucks, boyos?
When rent gets raised $1,000 across the board everywhere. See ya.
No. I'm gonna live in my hole. I'm a hole man.
Jesus.
No, but what's the other one? This Frozen trailer that doesn't tell us anything.
The Frozone trailer.
It was the Frozone. It's trying to my problem with the trailer is it's I felt like it's trying to be Lord of the Rings. It had these great epic shots and visuals. I was like, oh, here we want to go to war, and it's like, what the fuck is gonna happen? I'm not even hyped about it.
I've never even seen Frozen. I have no idea what's happening.
You don't have little siblings, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It would be weird if you had gone out and seen Frozen.
It just looked like the animation actually looked.
Do you have do you have any little cousins or anything?
No.
No. See, okay.
I'm the youngest in my family.
I'm the oldest in my family, so I have to deal with kid culture still.
Yeah. No.
So, but yeah, it'd be weird if you went to go see that. Oh, that was another movie.
I deal with Zoomers.
Fuck, there was another one. Oh god. Detective Pikachu. I'm hyped for. It is baby stuff. I'm not gonna try to act like
for babies.
I'm not gonna try to act like Pokemon's not for babies. It is for babies. It's gonna be the highest selling video game movie of all time.
It's gonna
easily. Because most of the time they just try to do the video game, but in movie form, and that doesn't work because video games has the great thing about video games, especially good video games, is you get to make decisions and all that stuff. But you can't do that in a movie. A movie's like a set story.
Yeah. And
so it doesn't work. But with Detective Pikachu being a smaller thing, people don't know. They know the name, but they don't know the game. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So because they know that, it's gonna work a little better, I think. And people want. It's like, if you do a detective story, which is easily able to do, it's a mystery. Okay, people get there, and then just add Pokemon. It's easier than doing a good Lara Croft movie because it's well, Tomb Raider is not just about
Oh, I completely forgot about that movie.
Did they do brown face? I don't think the actress was Hispanic. Was she Hispanic? The new one? Because Lara Croft is Hispanic.
No, she was British. No, she's British.
Well, bongs don't count as people. Oh god. No, but the animation in this movie were good, and Captain Marvel were good. I'll give them credit.
Yeah, the actors they had
the Fast and Furious presents Sean Hobbs.
Okay.
Yes.
Epic.
Yes.
Whereas Vin Diesel is fuming.
Oh yeah, because apparently him and Rock don't get along.
Because Rock. This was the argument. Because Rock wanted to make like a separate movie without Vin Diesel, and that's what Vin Diesel's like greatest fear.
Right, because
he knows like the only thing keeping him relevant is Fast and Furious.
It's true, and like that's exactly it. And the difference is like, The Rock is able to make good movies from a financial standpoint without Fast and Furious. Like I think Fast and Furious helped his career because like he was in some stuff, but like it got him into the action schlock. This is what let him do all his. He said like 3 or 4 last year. It was
Skyscraper,
the gorilla movie Rampage.
Just
fucking.
Did Jumanji come out last year?
That was like Christmas, so I count it.
Okay,
but
Jumanji.
God, Jumanji was good.
It
was good, real good.
It's all right. Jumanji. Did they announce Jumanji 2 already? When's that coming out? Is that coming out this December?
Oh, you know what?
It's coming against
Star
Wars.
That's right. Because like The Rock. The great thing about that was it financially beat Star Wars. Like Jumanji financially kicked Star Wars' ass.
That is.
It didn't make as much money, but it was like more efficient.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I get it because like I thought Jumanji it was good.
It was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
It's exactly what you want from a Rock movie. If you go in and just turn off your brain, you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
And some movies, it's
Jack
acceptable to do
Black
that.
was in it. Jack Black was funny.
I thought he was really good. Unironically, we knew, like, from a financial standpoint, The Rock and Kevin Hart worked together because he's like, big and little.
Yeah.
But a fat white guy?
Yeah.
And that was the dream.
Acting as, like, as a teenage girl.
Yeah.
I was like, is this going to be cringy?
And they did a good job because, like, he was the only one acting like, you know what I mean? It limited it for the other characters, which is smart because they didn't want The Rock acting like a small Jewish boy. Because that would have been...
Yeah.
But fucking Jack Black acting as a teenage girl is funny. And he knew when to tone it down and when to turn it up. It's good. Fucking it wasn't. But the Fast and Furious, I'm excited. I like it.
Yeah.
And
it's fine. It's like they're not that bad.
The title's the best thing though. Fucking Fast and Furious presents. I like it.
Presents.
From
the world of Fast and Furious.
Is it the Furious verse or is it like the Fast verse?
The FF verse. The Paul Walker Memorial verse.
People give a shit when he died, but not Stan Lee. I just feel like culturally,
Stan Lee gave a shit about Stan Lee. I don't know where you're getting this
Not
from.
as much as they should have.
Well, because that was like...
I know it was expected, but...
It was expected. There was Me Too shit, like, around him, because he was, like... He accidentally touched the butts of one of his, like, Puerto Rican nurses or something.
When was it? How old was he?
He was, like, 90 or something.
He's senile.
Yeah, he was an old man.
Don't fucking... Because, like, my whole thing is, there's been nothing on Stan Lee outside of that. He's old and senile. He's grabbing whatever's closest to him.
Yeah.
God.
Was there other ones, right? No, I was talking about Pokemon for a second. I just hope they have the blackface one and the set of keys.
Jinx.
Set of keys.
Oh. Can't think what the key's name is. It'd be funny if there's an old like spooky house and they use it.
Or he just gets in his pocket.
Yeah. You know, even like just a janitor.
Yeah. His like, I have my own Pokemon.
Because like the good thing is like, what works is like going quickly comparing Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh. This is for me and the audience. This is for Daniel. Basically, with Yu-Gi-Oh like ends everything. Yu-Gi-Oh like everyone takes part in it, but it's supposed to be a children's card game. Where Pokemon, it seems like Pokemon battles are done by kids and done in free time. It's like baseball to an extent. Like it's important, people give a shit about it, but it's not like the end of the universe big. And I think they're doing a good job of like you have Pokemon, you have like Machops as like crossing guards and stuff. Like the interactions with Pokemon, a lot of them just work, not just like battle. I like that subtle difference. You know, the Elite Four is the equivalent of like, you know, being a athlete. It's, you know, people play pickup basketball, but not everyone's LeBron. So that's the end of that Pokemon rant.
That is
back
epic.
to you, Dan.
I hope Team Rocket is in.
God,
if Team Rocket are the bad guys,
be
that'd be the best thing.
They stole his dad.
Just like, hey.
I want more. See, I wish they would have gone funnier with Detective Pikachu's voice, because I kind of want an R-rated cut. We talk about Danny Vito, but like I want like a insane person to to like
Gary Busey.
I want him like a dirty cop. I want this like figure to be a dirty cop. What's so hard about that? I want him to be like one of the cops in Wire, where he's just beating the shit out of Pokemon.
Just Jinx, just specifically Jinx.
Hey, you can't be a prostitute over here. Hey. Oh, it probably takes place in Europe. So, hey, where's your fucking prostitution license? What?
We can also talk about how Captain Marvel is also a subtle allegory for the refugee movement, the European migration crisis.
Oh my god. No, not subtle. It was there.
It was there. It's completely there.
You didn't have to look far. We're making jokes throughout about it.
Marvel designs the perfect lifeboat to travel across the Mediterranean.
The fucking scroll. No. What's the
Scrolls?
No, not the other one.
The Kree.
The Kree were the 5-star movement in Italy.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot down every boat.
Captain Marvel has a specific line that says, "You just want to protect your borders" or something.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
They're gonna fucking screw us out of Democrats forever. This is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
God. I had fun with this movie. It's bad. Brie Larson's gonna ruin Marvel, which is a good thing.
Yeah, CGI is crap.
It's really bad.
It's bad.
Really,
it's not as bad as as Black Panther, I'd say.
Yeah.
Black Panther was like the entire world was CGI.
Yeah, we're here. It's like just life sets and stuff because it takes place in the desert.
And it's just
the moments they use it, you can tell.
It's just like every time Captain Marvel flies, it's ridiculous.
She just doesn't do it.
I don't know. I don't understand how it's downgraded so much since Iron Man.
Well, this is because they're cutting budget for Endgame.
Yeah, and they outsourced it all to
Koreans
and Indians. So,
it's not to say
that they're bad. It's
just who does it.
It's just
not.
Also, it's just what happens when you have, instead of like a small studio,
right,
a mass outsourced.
Right. There's
no connection.
You mean things are more soulless and corporate?
What? Back when cartoons were handcrafted.
Dude, fucking somewhere Jem Henson's rolling in his fucking grave.
Yeah.
I miss Puppets so much. Puppets so good.
I don't know, man.
God. There's a new fucking Muppets movie coming out. I want a Muppets movie.
Muppets 2 didn't do well.
I know.
I don't care about Muppets 2.
I like the Muppets. If I was in Hollywood, I would do a Muppet movie for free. It's just one of those bucket list things. I love the Muppets. They're iconic.
Don't give me shit, people, and trying to say that, Roy Johnson used Muppets. Shut the fuck up.
It doesn't count.
Yoda looked like shit.
Yeah.
All right. Because the original, they tried to make it, they fucked up the Yoda puppet somehow.
Oh, a perfect example of this is if you look at we're going to talk about 3 movies here with Star Wars. Last Jedi, Rogue One, and Solo. Rogue One tried to look like Episode 4. Everything looks cardboardy. It looks like it took place a long weekend before Episode 4. And so the puppet, he looks, they did a good job mimicking it. But for the new movie, Yoda looks like a puppet. And even in the if you look at the old trilogy, you don't look that much like a puppet. He looks up to that tech, looks like it, but you could tell if George Lucas had his.
Yeah, it's probably something to do with the new way they have to do the blue ghosts.
Yeah.
And because I don't know, it's just weird, and because I don't know, man, just because it's the same mold, or the closest they could get to the same mold.
Yeah.
For Yoda, it's just I don't know, they fucked it up somehow.
God, puppets are good. Star Wars should have puppets.
Yeah.
And also, another thing with the Creed. I know it's supposed to be humanoid, but I just don't like that they're just blue humans. It's not creative. It's not creative. At least with the Skrulls, they look like standard lizard people. And it's okay.
You have to make it so believable that Captain Marvel thought she was Kree.
I know. Was there in Guardians 1? Was there white ones too? Was there
no?
other
The only
races
one
there?
you don't
Except
even
for-
see like the Kree.
Well, because
really.
are they Creed or are they just like Creed citizens?
No, they're
Because
Kree.
like it's supposed to be the Creed is supposed to be like this galactic empire kind of thing. And the whole good thing about Star Wars is like you have humanoids, but you also have like everyone else there. It's not like a monochromatic. And maybe that's the thing, but
well, and like when they were on like the Kree train, like it looked like a multicultural like empire. But the whole point, like the Kree in the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 are like the radical, like racially purist traditional Krees, which I don't know.
okay. Well then,
Which might just be blue people.
oh, that's. But then my whole problem with that is like, so wait, so the big bad in this one is in charge, but then that means he's in the establishment at this point. So
yeah,
in
so
20
like
years,
I don't think it's been completely. I don't know what the role of like the master, like what the hell the master intelligence is.
yeah, that's weird. That stuff was only there really so they could have the one scene where she fights back and stands.
Well,
up.
yeah, because it also explains like because the fucking bad guy in Guardians 1, he always goes into like the black goo.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what he was doing, was
Yeah.
meeting with this.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was like an actual like person they just talked to.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for Captain Marvel 2. It's not gonna be good. Ugh. He is hoping for the soft reset.
It's just so dumb. And now she's gonna, I don't know. Like what the fuck? Is she gonna be the new leader?
No.
She can't she's just added to the squad now.
No, they can't because she's too powerful. They have to send her to space. She has to. Like, she has to stay in space issues.
Like it's how like
Because like, okay, comparing her to like the Green Lanterns in the DC verse. Green Lanterns have powers and they go into space and stuff, but like they're kind of like space cops. Like like they're like they're the space beat cops.
Well, it's like
and
Thor.
so for the most part, the fucking Green Lanterns, their powers are limited to not realistic things, but like it's limited.
Yeah.
They can't do everything. They're not Superman. They're beat cops. So at most, they have maybe a rifle with them. Like they don't have endless powers. With her, it's like she can't be on Earth because she's too powerful. She needs to go away.
Mm-hmm.
And like her character is not someone who's going to limit herself to just do. She's not a Goku or a Superman who's like, yeah, I'm super strong, but my number one duty is to protect my homeland. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm the athlete who stayed home. Like I am Mr. Smart Man who became mayor of my hometown. That's not a character trait with her. She is Miss. I got a fucking 36 on my ACT. Let me go to the big city.
Yeah.
And so she can't be fucking Earth.
I don't.
And so what's she gonna do in space? I'm
Like
trying
there's
about her.
who's to fight? Like
She's gonna hit.
Thanos doesn't have anyone besides himself. Like there's no army to fight.
Right.
So it's literally just fighting Thanos at his farm. Like
Space farm.
space farm fight.
I'm retired now.
It's like I don't give a shit. Why
didn't he just double the resources? The best part about that was the people who said that got angry, and the people who took the bait right there lost their minds also. That was great about it. It was like, this is a fucking dumb argument.
And
It's
why
a
does he
movie.
just
he's an
destroy
insane person.
the Infinity Gauntlet now? Can it be destroyed?
No, because remember it broke up.
Did it break up?
because it's so much power, it blew up a little bit.
So
I think he still has the stones. I just think like the gauntlet itself is destroyed.
no.
But yeah, he's at his little farm ranch. Because like Thanos is how you do these world-ending villains good. Because like at his core, he's a 4chan autistic person who's like told no by the establishment, and he's like, no, I'm right on this. We need to kill half the population. Just stuck with his guns.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't even care about like he's not doing it. He's just doing it because someone told him no, which is such a relatable character.
he's a pole guy who got proven right when his society collapsed.
Yeah.
And then gains ultimate power and solves the way he wants to solve it.
And then when he was done, where did he go? Went back to
He's a traditionalist.
Yeah, he went back to Space Midwest.
He got to his trad wife. God. It's so dumb. Like I don't understand.
I love Thanos.
Superhero movies suck,
They
man.
do.
I'm so tired of them. I just want it to. It's never gonna end.
Dude, it's never gonna end. But the thing is, like, no offense, Thanos was lightning in the bottle. It's like they did it right that first time. How are they gonna do it right again?
Yeah. Like, how are they just gonna undo this so they can do it over again and
God,
again?
in comics, like Thanos has a big boner for death.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, maybe like Helena's gonna represent death or something.
Yeah.
But
No, she's
no.
back Kate Blanchett, please.
Fucking oh god. There's Daniel and his MILF fetish.
Okay.
Or gilf.
What? No. 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 No.
She's hot. She's hot, but she just so happens to be 50.
A lot of people agree with me. I don't understand. All right. It's not a hot take.
Hot take cafe.
I don't understand why they didn't make a Black Widow movie yet.
They're gonna do that. What I was gonna say is, if this does well, we're gonna get our 2003 Black Widow movie. But the problem is like early 2000s culture is just diet 90s culture.
Well, they need to. They can't do it because Scarlett Johansson just looks old
She
now.
does look old, and they can't do this CGI. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be racist here, but like the reason it works for Samuel Jackson is because like he has aged like a rich black man. And what I mean by that is like there's differences. He looks older than he did in like fucking Quentin. What the
Django.
Quentin
No. Hateful Eight.
No,
Hateful Eight?
all
Yeah, he looks real old in all of them.
Yeah, no, but even older than that. Like the ones in the 90s, he looks like a young man. All the Quentin Tarantino stuff.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of it. Pulp Fiction and stuff. He looks like a young man then.
Yeah, Jackie Brown, right?
Jackie Brown's, I think he's in Jackie Brown, but like he looks like a young man there, and like he looks older now. But the gap is a lot smaller, and so like it's easy to go back and make him look younger.
Yeah.
I just think Scarlett, she's not aged well in the Marvel movies.
No.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think CGI is gonna be rough on her.
Yeah, and like the best one would have been like Soviet Spy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you can't. I think that's too.
I can't.
You gotta go. You gotta. I agree with you. The problem is like timeline wise, you have to put her post. You know what I mean? She has to be in the 2000s.
You can have her trying to infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. in the 70s.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
How? How old is she
Well,
then?
wait, how old is she? Yeah, fuck.
That's
Well,
what I'm
when is
saying.
she?
She's
90s, so we have to like, oh fuck. What's happening in the 90s
That's exactly it.
with her? I don't fucking. Who cares?
2000s
It's like
Paris?
it's like the
You can't
Tesseract
count
shit.
Paris.
All right, the Tesseract is garbage.
It's
all right.
so bad.
It's gone from ancient Norwegians to Nazis to the bottom of the ocean to Stark to
Lawson.
somewhere ends up with Marvel. I don't know. So like Marvel just steals it from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. And then ends up back there, and then gets spit over the cat, and then it ends up with Thor.
and ends up in whatever that place is called. Asgard, and then it ends up with Loki. No, isn't the Avengers fighting over the Tesseract?
Yeah. Guess what? The Infinity Stones are bad, and I'm tired of people hyped up about
Trying
the
to track
Infinity-
this shit is so dumb.
fucking dumb. It's so dumb. The Infinity War, they did a great job with the movie, everything else, but like, it is a concept. The Rocks is so fucking dumb. I just don't care.
They did a good job tying, like having actually having the bad guy from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 in this.
Yeah.
That's some good like world.
They did
building.
no. Feige knows what he's doing, but you could tell there's so much fucking. How much is that man paid? He has to be probably one of the highest paid executive producers in the world, because like he's done something no one else has been able to do. He's been a great I'm gonna call him. He's basically been a great DM for like the Marvelverse. You know? He's been checking them, doing everything else, not being too involved. Letting things breathe, but also going, Thanos liking death is bad. We need to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Civil War's plot line is good for comic books, but bad for movies. So we need to change this and make it smaller. So good job. And because the ID crisis would have been a little too on the nose to guns and other stuff now. We would have lost our mind politically.
Yeah.
But you can kind of tell he's getting fatigued.
Well, because he's having to tie up everything.
I know.
Fucking, it's impossible to do that right.
I would not be surprised if he starts stepping down post Endgame.
Well, well, after Endgame, I would retire. I'd be like, okay,
I'd be like,
I'm moving on. Good luck.
That's a lot of time spending doing shit. It's basically he's been dedicated over probably 15 years because pre all this, he's probably had to pitch it and stuff, and like
Yeah.
figure out all the stuff. And like he's made changes. He's changed stuff. When Hulk didn't work, he went, we'll fucking can it. We'll get we'll get Ruffalo in here.
Oh, Hulk.
Yeah, like he's done stuff. It's just that's what no one else has been able to do it since. I would not. And another one is like, whatever Marvel's paying him right now, he'd make double in the free market, because other movie for less work.
Yeah.
You know how hard would it be to make a Dooku that like, you know what I mean? Because like less source material, more freedom, and like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, just gotta make all the monster movies match.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot less work than this fucking
Yeah.
Marvel mess.
God damn.
For probably a lot more pay, because like,
Yeah, and people care less.
well, definitely, he's done a great job with dealing with fanboys up to this point. And
Yeah.
even now, I wouldn't say it's his fault. It's, you can't control every rogue.
Fucking
Can't control Bree.
Bree. Great.
Bree.
Bree.
Oh god. Tom Holland's ass is a million times better than Bree's. It's just objective. As a straight man,
God.
it's just objectively true. I really do think if you did some street fucking polls, as far as like literally the stuff that comedians, late night people do when they go on the street,
Yeah.
and they show those two butts to people, everyone would point at point at Spider-Man's butt.
Spider-Man. Oh, that was another trailer of Spider-Man's.
It's just good. It's okay.
Yeah. Mysterio.
You know what I found
Jake
out?
Gyllenhaal.
Aunt May's like 50. The
Yeah.
actress for Aunt May is
Yeah.
like appropriate age, because I keep going, she's too sexy. Aunt May is supposed to be like,
Well, should be 80.
yeah, she's supposed to be old.
Yeah.
It's like they keep making her too sexy.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, younger
Weird.
Spider-Man. Because I keep thinking she's in her 40s, but like, no, Aunt May is in her 50s, the actress.
Yeah.
I'm like, good for her.
Looks good.
She does not look like Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. looked like a fucking, literally like a lethargic, like, geriatric person. Like, he looks fucking 65.
It's the lips. It's the funniest thing is his shoes. Wearing Frankenstein's shoes all the time.
Oh, what?
His shoes that are like lifted. That he's wearing stilts.
That's another one is, oh god, I got an argument with people because it's like, someone will hit me with the line, people in Hollywood are so tall. It's like, they're not. No.
Who has ever said that?
I know, it's like, people in Hollywood are tiny.
Notoriously short.
Notorious. Like, they are average height. They are the American average for males and females.
Yeah.
If not smaller. It's like, then the person went, oh no, I'm sorry, I was talking about the modeling
Yeah,
world. I was like,
that's okay. That's completely different than
it's like, that's different though.
the Hollywood.
This movie bad. Fucking an hour into this review.
All right.
It's Captain Marvel.
Let's
like,
rate this this empowerment flick. I'll give it 2 hot glue Cree chicks, sniper elites, tier 1 ops out of 4 Jude Laws.
Oh, Jude Law. Jude Law's a good actor.
Jude
He
Law's
could have done
good.
better than this. He should have
Yeah.
had a better role than this in the Marvel-verse.
Yeah.
He's
He's still alive though.
Yeah.
He still got it.
That's true. I'd give it 4 Kroll battle yells out of 9.
Scroll.
Whatever.
Whatever the stupid
Out of 9 of those.
Romulan.
Bad.